It was the first day of high school, and Emily Walker felt a mix of excitement and nervousness as she walked through the bustling corridors of Westfield High. The smell of freshly polished floors mingled with the scent of new textbooks and freshly sharpened pencils. Students hurried past, some greeting old friends with excited squeals, others scanning their schedules with furrowed brows. Emily was neither particularly popular nor particularly shy. She had her small circle of friends and enjoyed reading and painting in her spare time. As she walked to her homeroom, her heart pounded with anticipation of what the new year might bring. She found her seat and began to organize her supplies when the door swung open, and a boy she had never seen before walked in. He was tall with tousled dark hair and a confident stride that made heads turn. He wore a leather jacket over a simple white t-shirt and jeans, an effortlessly cool look that set him apart from the others. Emily couldn't help but stare as he made his way to the only empty seat, which was right next to her. "Hi, I'm Jason," he said with a friendly smile, extending his hand. "I'm Emily," she replied, shaking his hand and feeling a strange warmth spread through her at his touch. As the days turned into weeks, Emily and Jason began to talk more. They discovered they had several classes together and often partnered up for group projects. Jason was funny, smart, and had a passion for music, especially playing the guitar. Emily found herself drawn to him, feeling a flutter in her stomach every time he looked her way or made her laugh. One afternoon, while working on a history project at the library, Jason asked, "Do you want to come to my band's gig this Friday? We're playing at the local coffee shop." Emily's heart skipped a beat. "I'd love to," she said, trying to keep her voice steady. That Friday night, Emily stood in front of her mirror, choosing an outfit that would be both casual and cute. She finally settled on a floral dress and denim jacket, hoping it was the right choice. As she entered the coffee shop, she saw Jason on stage, tuning his guitar. When he spotted her, his face lit up with a smile that made her heart soar. The coffee shop was packed with people, the air buzzing with anticipation. Jason's band, the Echoes, took the stage, and Emily found a spot near the front. The first strum of Jason's guitar sent a thrill through her, and as he began to sing, she was mesmerized by his voice. It was rich and soulful, carrying emotions that resonated deep within her. After the performance, Jason found Emily in the crowd. "What did you think?" he asked, a hint of nervousness in his eyes. "You were amazing," Emily said, feeling her cheeks flush. "I had no idea you were so talented." Jason grinned. "Thanks, Emily. It means a lot to hear you say that." They spent the rest of the evening talking and laughing, finding that their connection went beyond schoolwork and music. They shared stories about their families, dreams, and fears. Jason revealed his struggle with fitting in after moving from a different state, while Emily spoke about her aspirations to become an artist. As the night drew to a close, Jason walked Emily home. The cool night air was filled with the scent of blooming jasmine, and the stars above seemed to twinkle just for them. When they reached Emily's front porch, there was a moment of silence, a lingering pause that was charged with unspoken feelings. "Emily, Jason began, but then hesitated. "I had a great time tonight." "Me too," Emily replied, her heart pounding. "Thanks for inviting me." Jason smiled, and for a brief moment, it seemed like he might say something more, but instead, he simply squeezed her hand and said goodnight. As Emily watched him walk away, she couldn't help but feel that something special was beginning. Her thoughts were filled with Jason, and she wondered if he felt the same way about her. As the weeks turned into months, Emily and Jason's friendship grew stronger. They spent almost every day together, studying, hanging out, and attending each other's extracurricular activities. Emily found herself falling deeper for Jason, her feelings intensifying with each passing day. One crisp autumn afternoon, they decided to go for a walk in the park. The trees were adorned with vibrant shades of red, orange, and yellow, and the ground was carpeted with fallen leaves. They walked side by side, their conversation flowing easily, as it always did. "Emily, there's something I need to tell you," Jason said suddenly, stopping to face her. Emily's heart raced. "What is it, Jason?" He took a deep breath, his eyes locking onto hers. "I've been wanting to tell you this for a while now, but I didn't know how. Emily, I really like you, more than just as a friend." For a moment, Emily was speechless. She had dreamed of hearing those words from Jason, but now that it was happening, it felt surreal. Jason, I feel the same way, she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. A look of relief and joy washed over Jason's face. You do? Emily nodded, a smile spreading across her lips. Yes, I do. I've liked you since the day we met. Jason stepped closer, taking her hands in his. I'm so glad to hear that, Emily. I was afraid of ruining our friendship, but I couldn't keep it to myself any longer. They stood there for a moment, basking in the newness of their shared feelings. The world around them seemed to fade away, leaving only the two of them in their own little bubble. Jason leaned in slowly, giving Emily plenty of time to pull away if she wanted to. But she didn't. She closed her eyes, her heart racing with anticipation. When their lips finally met, it was like fireworks exploding inside her. The kiss was sweet and gentle, yet it conveyed all the emotions they had been holding back. As they pulled away, both of them were breathless and smiling. So what now? Emily asked, still feeling the tingling sensation of his kiss. How about we take this one day at a time? Jason suggested, his thumb brushing lightly over her hand. Emily nodded. I'd like that. Hand in hand, they continued their walk through the park, knowing that this was just the beginning of their journey together. The initial euphoria of Emily and Jason's relationship began to fade as they faced the pressures of school and extracurricular activities. Balancing their time together with their individual commitments proved challenging, leading to stress and occasional arguments. One evening, while studying at Emily's house, tensions flared. Jason, can you please keep it down? I'm trying to concentrate, Emily snapped, feeling overwhelmed. I'm sorry, Emily, Jason replied, putting down his guitar. I didn't realize I was bothering you. It's not just that. Everything is piling up. School, exams, and trying to keep up with everything, Emily said, her voice trembling. Jason moved closer, taking her hands in his. We can get through this together, Emily. We just need to communicate and support each other. They spent the evening talking about their worries, finding comfort in each other's presence. It wasn't a perfect solution, but it helped. As weeks passed, they learned to navigate their challenges better. They made time for each other and reminded themselves of their love. One weekend, they went hiking to escape their daily stresses. At the top of the hill, they sat down, enjoying the view. Jason, do you ever wonder what the future holds for us? Emily asked, leaning her head on his shoulder. All the time, Jason admitted, but as long as we're together, I know we'll be okay. Emily smiled, feeling a sense of peace. Me too. Watching the sunset, they knew their love was worth fighting for, no matter what challenges lay ahead. As the school year drew to a close, Emily and Jason reflected on how much they had grown together. They had faced challenges, but their love had only deepened. One warm summer evening, they had a picnic in their favorite park. The air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the sound of birds chirping. As they talked and laughed, Emily realized how profound her feelings for Jason had become. Jason, she said softly, I love you. Jason's eyes widened, then he smiled. I love you too, Emily. They embraced, holding each other tightly. In that moment, they knew their love was special and enduring. As the sun set, they lay back on the blanket, holding hands and talking about their dreams for the future. They promised to support each other, no matter where life took them. In the weeks that followed, Emily and Jason continued to cherish every moment together. They knew the future was uncertain, but they were confident their love would guide them through whatever challenges lay ahead. And so, as they stood on the threshold of a new chapter in their lives, they embraced the unknown with open hearts and unwavering faith in each other. Their first love had blossomed into something beautiful and lasting.